Good afternoon, or good evening, YouTube. This is time for me to do another video vlog. Like I said, I will do as far as keeping up. I'm not feeling at all good. And Chauncey told me to go to bed, which I'm going to do. I gotta finish up a few things, but I have some things on my mind. I'm gonna try to do this in as less time as possible. I guess I'm gonna start off by saying that I'm in this class, well, I'm in this program, and we're taking a sex ed class, and of course, some of us have already taken a sex ed course within your own home, and probably another program if you start out. I'm 19 years old, so I basically had enough sex ed classes. I well, they're basically just teaching you about safe sex and HIV and AIDS and ways to cure it, and basically the best possible way to not catch an STD or AIDS or HIV is to not have sex. And there, I was sitting in this. I was at another place and I was listening to these group of young people around my age and some were older that was in relationships and they had been in relationships, and they were speaking as far as how they were in relationships with their significant other pressured them for sex. It's not like the dating cycle anymore and then you talk about it. Nowadays, sex is the first conversation within the first 2 to 3 days. Um, one girl has the AIDS virus, and she knew the difference between right and wrong. She knew she didn't want to do it, but she was stuck into this mode of peer pressure, and I want to do it because everybody else is doing it, instead of I'm not doing it because I don't want to do it, or because I just don't want to do it. I want ready. She lost her virginity to this guy, and now she's pregnant. She had sex with him because he said that he loved her. When she found out, he had been messing with a couple of other girls, and he had got the AIDS virus from another chick who got it from another guy. So it was like, again, a chain going on. And when you think about it, if you don't think before you react, you can end up in some pretty bad situations. Now, me and my relationship, my last relationship, we been together 2 months, and of course the topic of sexual intercourse or intimacy comes up regardless. But I'm still glad to say we're holding ourselves pure for each other, until marriage comes along. I believe that if we go back to traditional way of dating, we won't be in such a problem, because when we was with the traditional way of dating, we didn't have this problem. But now it's like when people hook up, they're not wanting to get to know the person and what the person is about. They just want the sex. And that's good on one particular case, because if you hook up with somebody and you know they're sexually active, or you kind of have this feeling that they're sexually involved with other people, they got a history, then you have every right to ask the person. But you got to be careful how you come on to the person, depending on who the person is. If they kind of hesitate with the answer, that should draw you a string right there, that I don't need to mess with this person and all of that. And if they just went ahead and tell you that you can trust this person to some degree, because basically they're comfortable talking to you about it. And it's very important, because you don't want to put your life in the hands of somebody else. When you get a virus, STD or AIDS or HIV virus, you're basically giving your life away when you begin to have sex. And my beliefs is, sometimes we don't have sex before, we believe we don't have sex before marriage because there's a covenant. And then some people that have sex before marriage, they just use protection. I heard a lot of guys talk about doubling up condoms. Rule number 1, do not double up a condom. That will rip mess you up, guys. Don't double up a condom. If you're gonna do the oral, use protection. And so I'm like, you put a condom with oral sex? Well, yeah, you gotta do it. And when you think about it, you're going through a lot just to have a couple of moments of pleasure. And then if you're not doing it the proper way, you can end up with some kind of virus. Hopefully nobody's still sharing needles, but of course they're still doing that. But that's been on my mind, because it's a scary thought. It's a very scary thought, and I just don't want to put my hands on the life of somebody else, knowing that just a few minutes or a couple of hours that's going to pass away is going to affect my life for the rest of my life. And I want to get nobody that privilege. I really don't. I really don't. Secondly, I guess I'm going to talk about um you know, everything just seems to be going good. You know, I'm been approached by a possum of a lot of people coming to me lately, hollering at me the wrong way. You know, after you meet that right person, and when people come to you, it just makes you draw back because they don't know how to do it. You get sick and tired of it. Why are you here and all that stuff. But it happens. So just me being wise about who I talk to and stuff like that. The ones of y'all that's on Forum Spring being stupid with me, cut it out. I really don't need it. I really don't want that crap, in my inbox because I don't want to deal with it, basically. I really don't. But for those of you that's also sitting in the Forum Spring questions with the relationship concern, I'm very glad that you came to me. And I guess you come out of me out of confidence, and sometimes it's best that I don't know who the person is. Not that I'm going to talk, because I don't talk about people, and I don't go around and tell other people business, but I'm glad you just put enough trust in me to give me that chance, you know what I'm saying? So thank you for that. So yeah, if you're in my Forum Spring, keep that up. If you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. The Twitter link is over to the right of the screen, okay? Over to the right of the screen. Follow me on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook as well. You can find me on there. Everything just seems to be going pretty good. I'm sick as shell. My head hurt. I'm tired, thirsty, sometimes dehydrated. It's just a lot that goes on. I was playing ball the other day, and I knew I was gonna get sick because I didn't wear no jacket or no stuff like that. But I think I set myself up for that. I guess I'll be okay. But of course I have the typical hoes, if you want to call them, on Facebook, IMing me with the same #1 question, when they meet you, when they see you, and they try to holler at you, they give you a compliment, and then they all up in your business. And knowing me, I'm gonna be cool about it until somebody says something stupid. So yeah, just no reason to go all crazy with it. But I guess that's all I gotta talk about. Y'all be careful with the situation as far as being sexually active. If you feel that you need to be sexually active, if this is the person you're gonna spend the rest of your life with, do it. But that's between you and your love for, or the person you care about the most, because y'all are just for each other. But stay true to each other. Don't go out there and mess with everybody else, because you can go 10 years, and I know some of you all know this, but you can go 10 years and not even know you have an AIDS or STD virus or some kind of disease, and you find out that you've been the carrier. It's kind of crazy. There's a video link on YouTube of this guy who got his face covered up, and I don't know if it's real, but I think he set it up just to prove a point. But he's talking about everybody he's given AIDS to and where he gave them to, and they're dead. And I think you all should watch. It's a pretty scary video. If I can find it, I'll post it onto the description side. But it's a pretty scary video. And thought on that you have the control of everybody else's life when you take life away from them. And it's very, very expensive. So when you lay down at night, or whenever you are, and you begin to become intimate with the person, if you're not doing it the proper way, realize that you're putting your life at risk. You're putting your life at risk. So just be smart about the whole situation. Hope y'all have a good afternoon, good evening, wherever you all seeing this. Leave me some comments, rate the video. I'll get back with you. Alright, Giovanni, I'm out.